What is going on, guys? 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode 28 of the TNA TEW series. We're just 2 shows away from TNA lockdown and the feuds are starting to intensify now. We've got a couple of decent storylines in the go, a couple of new storylines. We've got the Battle of the Independent King between Austin Aries and Chris Hero, which is at a B- opening segment. We've got the Central Belt, which is going to be between Samoa Joe and Adam Cole, yet to start and get some heat. The Wolves and the Bro-Men is now swiftly turned into Christopher Daniels and Bad Influence tag team partner Frankie Kazarian against the Model Citizens Drew Galloway and Harry Smith, which is at a C-. The battle for the company is at a solid B rating, which is Kurt Angle and DDP, so that should be good because they are both obviously way over. Then we have Magnus still to start his feud against Bobby Roode to defend his title, and then we've got our Ultimate Knockout storyline, which is now down to Beth and Velvet Sky. So this week's show has 18 segments, a lot of angles as we try and intensify all of the feuds that we've got going and start putting a card properly together. And this week's show is booked at the, if I can find it, there we go. Another show, we are at the Lyakura Centre in Philadelphia again, back in the good old Philly in the tri-state region as we just try and pretty much use the good economy that's rising here, the wrestling industry's up, keep getting the popularity here and hopefully use the spillover that we have from this region. So without further ado, guys, let's kick in with the show and hopefully we can keep up the momentum, keep up a good kind of B- show, hopefully push on to a B, and really just let's hope for the best. For a lot of angles I'm hoping for something high, but you never know with TEW, that's the thing. So our usual show opening, the pyro goes, the show starts, and before the lights are raised and several sections of the excited crowd are shown wearing various signs, the focus then switches to the announce table where Jim Ross and Mike Tenay introducing Hype the Night show and the expected impact of the likes of Adam Cole, Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode, Jeff Rowe, Magnus and Diamond Dallas Page are likely to have. C+, 69 just short of B-. The King of the Throne storyline advances. And the dirt sheet says Jim Ross gets, I've started using the dirt sheet now so hopefully I can see what's good and what's bad. Jim Ross got a bonus for high morale, Mike Tenay gets a bonus for the good gimmick, and Jim Ross is penalised for a poor gimmick, so I'll need to sort that one out. Then Tracy Brooks comes out with her client Redman, and they both taunt Rhett Titus. We need to try and build Redman up before his pay-per-view match against Rhett Titus at Lockdown. 58 rating, C-, no worker improvements. Tracy Brooks gets a bonus for high morale and good gimmick, the same for Redman, but both are penalised for low momentum, which as I say we're trying to build up here. And then we have a little squash match, and about that had some solid in-ring action but not much in the way of heat. Redman defeats Spud in 5:52 with a twisting brainbuster. 44 rating D. Redman was off his game, Tracy Brooks was good at ringside, Spud's improving his performance skills. Whoa! And this is with a lot of pluses in that we can only muster a D, which is Spud for charisma, Spud for star quality and engaging the crowd. Redman get bonus for managerial help, high morale and a good gimmick. And look at, oh well, I was going to say there's a lot of highs. Then there's a lot of lows, including chemistry, inconsistency, oh man, so much. But it was just to try and get the crowd into it and basically make both workers go all out. But hopefully it gets Redman a bit of momentum and we can start pushing him up a bit. Bobby Lashley then arrives at the building in a limo, because obviously he had that angle last week where he's kind of angry at DDP, he's going to maybe join Kurt Angle, is he going to turn face, who knows. 73 B- rating, and all good there, can't argue with that. Then we have a match between Samoa Joe and Kenny King, good action and average heat. Samoa Joe wins in 10:37, a C rated 62. Joe improving his performance skills with a good victory there. Then Austin Aries comes over to Chris Hero, looking angry. He says the recent actions of Chris Hero have crossed the line and as a result, their friendship's note is over. Basically, friends in Indie Circuit, Heroes came to TNA, he's attacked Aries and Aries is sick of it. Continues the storyline, another B segment, 80 rated. No worker skills were improved, but I see all bonuses there apart from the low momentum that Aries is on, and hopefully we can improve that over the course of the feud. Dave Richards comes onto the podium and gets in an argument with Diamond Dallas Page about a questionable decision. Basically, Diamond Dallas Pages made the Life of the Wolves live in hell, and that gets a solid B minus 76, so that's good as well. And then the Wolves thank Kurt Angle for his recent advice and admits that without his they probably wouldn't be able to do it. Eddie Edwards was poor, but it's basically our way of making the angle that the Wolves have joined Team Angle for the lockdown match. They got a 66 C+, and that's not bad. We then have a match with some good action with not much new to heat. The Wolves defeat Club Enigma in 10:56 when David Richards defeats Hawkins by submission. A B minus 73, that's great as well. What a show this is. And Eddie Edwards is improving his flying skills. Then Club Enigma burst into DDP's office and tell him exactly what they think. They're pissed off that they've been forced to lose to the Wolves, and basically they're going to join Team DDP, so it's 3v3 at the moment. We're still looking for another couple of wrestlers on each side to make it 5v5, and that gets a 70 rated C+ rating, and the only negative was the low momentum on Ethan Carter, but DDP's been a great signing for us, especially for these kind of segments. Next up in a match that's some good action. An average cheat, Bad Influence defeat the Street Life Hooligans in 8:51 when Christopher Daniels defeated G-Rilla by pinfall with a last rites, Bill and botched interference from Drew Galloway. The tag title storyline advances. Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels are excellent chemistry as per usual. A 73 B- is great here. Kingston and Kazarian improve their performance skills, and the dirt sheet has got so many positives as there are many negatives. Just basically a couple of people being fatigued, holding back. That's not too bad. I can't argue with that. It's just decent overall. A 73. I'm quite happy as long as I get to the B kind of ratings for now. As soon as we start hitting national, then that's when I'll be wanting A's. The argument between Velvet Sky and Beth descends into a wild and rather silly slap fight between the two. A flustered Taz eventually gets between the two wildly swinging combatants and breaks the tiff up. I'd use an announcer here, so I just went, well, just use Taz, because Jim Ross isn't going to break up, neither's Mike Tenay. The knockout storyline advances with the segment, and we get a 62 rated C segment. And the dirt sheet just says the segment rating was penalised for falling slightly flat after the previous segment, and that Taz has got a stale character. But apart from that, good morale and good gimmicks for both knockouts, so that's positive. This commercial is hyping up an event with Madison Rayne on screen. We're basically just going to use a small vignette to hype up Lockdown with Madison Rayne on it. Madison Rayne is going to get pushed post-Lockdown since she was one of our not hidden gems, our hot prospects. We may as well start using her. If she's only 28, you get a solid 8 years out of her. Don't know if this will actually go for 8 years, but we may as well use her while she's young. And this segment was minus because it's low momentum and primarily looks based, but 68 C+ is still decent. Good on you, Madison. Then Bobby Roode's in the ring. Magnus, this is what I want. Me and you, one on one, for that pretty little belt you hold. And when it's all said and done, I will be champion. Obviously, Magnus took the title from Bobby Roode. Roode wants it back. Challenging Magnus to a match at Lockdown. And I guess a B78 rating. And gutted for being done to a cold crowd and for being too short, but Bobby Roode was outstanding. Then a squash match, which only gets a 58 C-, probably because MVP's past his prime and he's just no momentum whatsoever. Austin Aries defeats him in a squash match, 6:55, with last chancery submission. Aries is improving performance skills, and all those negatives are going to be MVP. Yep, no momentum, poor gimmick. I think I might just future endeavour him, it looks like at this point. Oh, that's a howler. D-36 rating. Robbie is backstage and gets ambushed by Jesse with a sneak attack, leaving him laid out. Publics have left it so late in the show, but I think it's just the fact they both seem quite awful, and both are penalised for low momentum. I need to try and get the momentum against each other, so unless they're going to take on proper jobbers, it's going to be hard to get both of them over. Adam Cole comes out to the podium and delivers a wicked promo in which he insults the humanoids in the audience. Just DM some mic time for another good rating. 76 rated B-. Everything was good for Adam Cole apart from being done to a cold crowd, so we need to try and warm the crowd up again. I need more high flying action, get the crowd working. That's pretty good, a 76. And then your main event match, and about that featured great action and average heat. Magnus, Adam Cole and Chris Hero defeated Bully Ray, Jeffro and Bobby Roode in 1827 when Chris Hero defeated Bully Ray by pinfall. Illegally using the ropes for leverage, a 74 B-. Bully Ray's improving performance skills. In fact, all him, Bobby Roode, Chris Hero and Jeffro are all improving performance skills, and Bobby Roode's improving his rumble skills, so that's a good result to that. A lot of positives for Bully Ray, Jeffro, Bobby Roode as well, Magnus, Adam Cole, Chris Hero. They get a rating for being well booked. Good work for the road agent and good work from the referee Jimmy Corderas. Basically, the likes of Jeff Hardy penalised for hard drugs, reformed habit. Oh fuck, what is he on the drugs? Why does it not come up to the... There's an incident then if he's on the drugs? But I thought as overall it's a good segment, 74 B-. I think the 8,758 crowd here at the Licuris Centre, they're quite happy with that. And overall we get a 73 B-, kind of average what we've been going at recently, and our popularity increased in 21 regions, so that's perfect, that's a great show. More than happy with that. Let's see if that reflects in the ratings. If we can get maybe a wee bit up for last week, could we maybe push on for our highest rating ever? Who knows? But it's a good run of momentum we're on now after the disastrous pay-per-view in the UK. We've kicked on for then, and by staying in the tri-state region we're getting good shows, everybody's over, and we're building a good bit of momentum. Let's see if there's anything here. Whoa, we could maybe look at Afa Anoa, the artist formerly known as Manu. Could we bring him in? Don't see anybody else that's recognisable there. The feedback from the viewers has been great, it's drawn a lot of praise, so that's good to hear. And an email says Eddie Kingston needs a break and a 4.11, so that's up from last week, that's fantastic. Right, so now we're only 9 days away from the pay-per-view, 8-9 days. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll just have a quick creative meeting just to show everybody how we're doing now. Aries, Bobby Roode, Adam Cole and Chris Hero and Jeffro are our franchise players. Next big thing is down to DJZ and Redmond, so that's why I try to push Redmond a wee bit now, but it's hard to get him over, and then after that we'll work on DJZ. Hot prospects are Mike Bennett, Jesse, Alison Kay, DJZ and Madison Rain. As I say, the fact that Madison Rain's 29 now is why we're going to push her. I do need to try and get Mike Bennett back into action, but it's just try to find the proper feud for him. Tokyo Town, Kurt Angle, Jim Ross, Bobby Roode, James Storm and Austin Aries. I need something for James Storm. I'm surprised that DDP's not in it. But, you know, we're using most of them. Showstoppers is everything they're using in matches. Aries, Daniels, Cole, Kazarian, again Hennigan. We need to find something for them. Ring Generals, Joe, Richards, Aries, Daniels and Matt Hardy. The guys with the wave of momentum on their shoulders at the moment, Bobby Roode, Chris Hero, Adam Cole, Bobby Lashley and Samoa Joe. And the ones that are struggling, John Hennigan, Mike Bennett, Nikki Storm, and both of the bro men who are feuding with each other, neither has momentum. So God knows if we're going to get the momentum there. Maybe I'll just make it Robbie and then job out Jesse or vice versa. As I say, time decline. Daniels is still putting on good matches even though he's 43. Abyss will go soon. And there's MVP. And the Hidden Gems want us to sign Jimmy Jacobs, Chase Del Monte, Johnny Gargano, Raymond Rowe and Tatiana Wantabe. The only problem is with Jimmy Jacobs, he's a cruiserweight and that is one of my owner goals, as you'll see here. I can't fall in debt. Lashley's to keep 77 momentum after a year, pretty much 2 years down the line. I can't sign a cruiserweight for another 2 years, and it's another 9 months and 2 weeks before I can sign an MMA crossover guy. So as soon as that 2 years is up, if I'm still playing this save, I'm going to look at the Guns, I'm going to look at the Young Bucks, I'm going to look at, oh god, I could name so many X Division wrestlers I'd be bringing back and building an awesome X Division compared to the shit I've essentially got now, which is literally just Kenny King, and if I had to bring the weight division up, the weight limit up, sorry, so I could bring in Rhett Titus as well. So we'll just need to see what happens. As I said, Rob Yee could get the Cruiserweight division or the X division, Jesse could. It's just so hard because there isn't much in X division at the moment, but we'll try and work in that. As I say, I'm happy with that show rating. Somehow my approval rating is still very low, but momentum's up to 72 and prestige is at 66. So thank you for watching this episode, guys. Hopefully we can keep up this great wave of momentum that we're on at the moment. Hopefully that 72 can turn into a 73 and so on and so forth. And just hope you enjoy the rest of the build up to TNA lockdown. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Bye bye.